Hello gamers, welcome to the channel. Today let's take a look at Monster Hunter Wilds, the open beta test on the PC. I think this video is going to help those who are planning to upgrade or buy a new PC for this game specifically. I think this would be a good ballpark for you to, understand what performance you're expecting depending on the, the config you're going to get. All right, so let me show you my PC specs. I'm running on an AMD Ryzen 5 7500F CPU, and I paired that with an Nvidia GeForce RTX 4070 Ti Super GPU. This has 16 gigabytes of VRAM, which I think this game really needs. And then the system memory, I'm using 32 gigabytes of DDR5 memory RAM. They're clocked at 6000 megahertz, but this is CPU Z. This only shows the base frequency, so that's why it's only half, so 3000 megahertz. It's actually 6000 megahertz and CL30, so the latency is 30 clocks. Okay, that's my specs. If you're planning something similar, this is targeting 2K gaming, so 1440p. If you take a look at my in-game options, okay, so yeah, resolution set to 1440p. If you're targeting 1080p gaming, you probably don't need such a high graphics card. You're probably targeting something like a 4060 Ti or 4070 Super, something like that. I wouldn't recommend AMD graphics card if you're planning to play mostly this game, like Monster Hunter Wilds, because I'll tell you why later. Okay, so VSync is disabled, Nvidia Reflex Low Latency Mode enabled plus boost. Okay, and then the graphics settings is set to Ultra right now. And then no upscaling, no frame generation. So just raw performance. Okay, ultra settings. We're in the town here, in the lobby, where, all the other players are. This is where you get your quest. This is your handler. Okay, so we get like 40-ish, 50. So I am recording, so it does take some of my computer resources. So I'm getting 3 to 5 FPS less. So if you're not recording, you're not streaming, you should get 3 to 5 FPS more if you're using the same specifications as me. All right. But, if you're buying a 4070 Ti Super, you're not expecting like 50 frames, right? You're expecting something more. So, all right, you've got to turn on Dlss for this game and frame generation. Okay. And let's go with DLLA, so native resolution with frame generation on. So with this, you can see we're bumped up to like 70 to 80 frames. Okay, and you can see on the top left there, all right, the FPS. The GPU usage is 90-ish percent. That's normal. It's using most of the GPU resources, and we're not CPU bottlenecked. We're only using like 60-70% of the CPU, which is good. Yeah, we are not CPU bottlenecked here. And if you go below, if you want to try to get more frames, maybe not DLLA, using DLSS quality mode, you do get a few frames more, but you see the CPU usage is going up. So if I do get a better CPU, I think I can get way better frames, because this is a mid-range budget CPU for 1440p. And I'm also recording, so that's why the CPU usage is a little bit higher as well. Okay. Obviously, if I go down to medium settings and then balanced, I'll probably get more. Yeah, get over 100 FPS. And let's see if my CPU can handle that. Yeah, it's okay, 70-ish, 80 now, CPU usage. But yeah, I normally play my sweet spot, I think, is just I'm paying this much money for the 4070 Ti Super. I'm just going to keep it at Ultra and then frame generation on, and then I'm going to either quality or DLAA. So I'm fine with like 80-ish 90 FPS. So if you're targeting like 100 FPS, maybe go to quality. Okay, and like I said before, why I don't recommend using AMD graphics card for this game. Like if you're not playing this game, you're playing other games and you just want raw performance, you don't care about ray tracing, all right, you can get an AMD card. But for this game, because you really need frame generation, and if you take a look, like if you use AMD FSR upscaling, like there's no issue with upscaling. People say like upscaling FSR 3 is like worse than DLSS. All right, yeah, it is when you zoom in really close, but when you're gaming, you wouldn't really see a difference. The problem here is when you turn on AMD FSR 3 frame generation. Okay, can you see the ghosting? Yeah, that's the problem. Because this game really relies on frame generation to really perform well. Else, like, you're only getting like below 60 FPS if you're playing on Ultra. And if you're buying a high-end, mid-range to high-end card, you're spending like $800 to $1,000-something for the GPU. You're not planning to play like ultra high settings at less than 60 FPS. But like with AMD FSR, your frame generation, you get this ghosting, which isn't good. So we're going to stick back to Nvidia DLSS. Frame generation enabled. Oops. Frame generation enabled, and yeah, I'm just going to play at DLLA maximum settings, frame generation on, and whatever, anything above like 60 is good for me. This is how I normally play. I've been playing for the past few days with these settings. But I'm not recording, so it is a little bit better. And I'm not recording, so I get like 80-ish 90 frames. If I play with DLSS quality frame generation, I get like 100 FPS. But yeah, very good. Actually, very, very good. So I'm really excited for this game. I actually did build this PC just last month for Monster Hunter Wilds. Because after seeing the specifications, the recommended specs, I knew that my current rig, I was using a laptop, the Razer Blade 15, with an RTX 2060 mobile chip that definitely wouldn't run this game. So that's why I built a new PC just to play Monster Hunter next year. I'm getting prepared. All right, so yeah, I think I'll leave it here. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comment sections if you have any issues, if you want my suggestions, if you're planning to upgrade or build a rig. Depending on your budget, I could probably give you some suggestions because I did a lot of research when I built my rig. All right, so yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.